Alright guys, it's Eddie the Poetic Picker again. Tonight I'm just going to do a quick little video. Just 13 items that sold for me about the last week and a half to 2 weeks. These are items that are still selling for me even though there's like this epidemic going on. And they're still selling for good money, so good idea for you guys to kind of keep an eye on these things. I understand that a lot of sourcing is kind of limited for everybody. That still doesn't mean you can't keep an eye on like the local marketplaces, Let Go and all that. And so these are the type of items you should probably keep an eye out for. And the first thing that sold is, I've kind of mentioned these before. I talked about vintage game manuals and how they still sell if you have a lot of them for pretty good money. Well, the first two are just that exactly. They were Sega Dreamcast game manuals. The first one that sold was for 32 manuals, and I sold for $34.99, and it sold in a few hours. So I had another bag full of them. It ended up being 37 manuals. I listed for an extra $10 because I figured maybe I sold it a little low, and they sold almost instantly. Now, they both went to the same guy. I'm guessing it's probably just a reseller. They'll take these things and add the manuals into the games they already have so they can sell their games for more. And they ended up getting these things for, $1 or less than $1 per. So for them, adding a $1 purchase onto a game and selling it for $5 to $10 more, it's obviously worth it. And the next thing it stole was this vintage Ralph Lauren hat. It was green with like the old vintage bear on it. This was actually listed for like $40, and it would have went for that if I would have waited. But I'm in the business of selling and not storing. I'm okay. I actually, when I listed this, I intended to be $40 free shipping, and I guess somehow the shipping got, either I messed up or it just changed back to paid shipping. It's not a big deal. I realized that when we were in the offering, we were offering back and forth. And it took a while. It took us probably 3 or 4 offers a piece for it to get somewhere. I took an offer of $25. That's with them paying shipping, so I'm still good with that. The next thing that sold was another one of the miniature lots. This one's probably one of the last ones I will sell. I got one more listed now, and it should probably in the middle of next week. I hate to see these things go because they've been making me a lot of money. This one sold for $68 with $8 shipping, and this is what I call the hero lot. It's more of like the playable characters that people can use in their games. The next item that sold was this Teacher's Edition test bank thing for textbooks. It's an older version of a textbook. I actually bought this back when I was teaching, one of my first years teaching, and I was not funded, so I was buying everything myself when using these very outdated books. So I bought this to try to help me with the testing because I had a lot of classes going on at the time. I ended up never using it, and so I just kind of held on to it. When I started eBay selling, I listed it right out, like one of the first things I listed, and it's been sitting there forever. So I thought maybe it was never going to go. So I bought it for $30. So hey, I'm happy to see it go. The next thing that sold was this Yu-Gi-Oh card. It was my brother-in-law's. He had a large collection of these things. For the most part, and a lot of that stuff now there's not worth that much. This card itself is usually worth about twice this, but if it's in perfect condition, this was not quite in perfect condition. It was lightly used, and there was like a nice little mark on it. I probably could have got another $10 out of it, but this is one of the first offers I got, and I'm okay to just see it get out of my hands for a decent price. Anyway, it sold for $22.97. The next thing that sold was another one of those miniatures lots. This one's like what I call the enemies. It's like the bad guys, the creatures and stuff that you can use inside of dungeons. And it's sold for $41 or $7.50 in shipping. The next thing that sold was a Max How the Grinch Stole Christmas plush. This thing was a Kohl's Cares plush. I love Kohl's Cares plush. They're usually not worth a ton of money. $10, $15, $20 at most. And honestly, this only sold for $11. I took a best offer. And so I only have 50 cents in this. They're super easy to list and store and shipped. So I have no problem taking, $5 to $10 profits on these things. And they typically sell really fast. I think this one sold in like 2 weeks. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all. The next thing it sold was another D&D miniature lot. This one was not up for auction. It's just a set price. $19.99 is what it sold for free ship. This thing was super easy to ship. I just threw these in a bubble mailer. I didn't have to worry about packaging them up at all. The next thing it sold was a pair of shoes, actually, an Alta Provision 2s. These were size 9, and they were an interesting colorway. It's not something I would wear, but I mean, those aren't really my colors. But no, they sold for $30 with free shipping. Not a ton of money, but good bread and butter stuff. The next thing I sold was actually a really cool shirt, vintage t-shirts. I love them. This was a Splash Mountain Disney tie-dye shirt. I found this at a thrift store a few weeks ago. I think I spent like $2 on it. It sold for $30. I think I had it listed for closer to $35. I took a best offer. I'm okay to see it let it go. The next thing that sold was actually one of the cooler things that I sold. This was a Halo 3 Legendary Edition like helmet. I've actually sold one of these before. This one sold for $90. I think the other one I sold for $95, $100. So usually good about that range. They can go a little lower depending on how much damage is done on them. So if you're gonna get them, make sure that there's room there. I paid $25 for this one because I knew it was in really good shape, especially considering that it actually had the case and the box that came with it. And so the shipping wasn't fun, but I sent it out, double bubble wrap, double box. It made it there, no problems, got positive feedback. The next and last thing that sold was actually something that's very interesting. These were little Chemtep wipes. They're for like microscopes. I bought these at a thrift store. There was a bunch of them. I think there was 10 altogether when I bought them. They wanted like $4.50 per little box of them. I talked them down, I think $250 per. I was thinking I could get them and just kind of list them, and this is something I could just have like a bunch of them, just do one listing and sell all 10 of them like individually, one at a time. After one sold and the shipping was a little more than I thought it was going to be, I was only making like $1 or $2, but whatever. They were taking forever to sell. I actually thought this was a bad buy, and I was just willing to let them go at my asking price. And then this morning, I woke up and they'd all sold for $112 with free shipping, so I'm definitely okay with that. I made a pretty good money. It's now they've sold in bulk like that. And the shipping wasn't exactly fun, but no, I sent these out. I sent them out FedEx. With all the chaos right now, I messaged the buyer, make sure they realize these were not like, alcohol wipes, disinfecting wipes. These were just actual wipes for microscopes and stuff. And so they asked me back, said they realize it, and thank them for checking in. And so hopefully everything's gonna work out, and it's a good buy. It's a good sale. So keep an eye out for these things. And I think this is a sale that's kind of happened because of the pandemic that's going on. This was something that was getting really no interest at all, and this is what happened. I think maybe they're just trying to not go out and buy these somewhere else, and just find them for okay price and bought them for me, Anyway, yeah, those are 13 items that have sold for me, even though the pandemic's going on, and I'm calling it the pandemic because apparently you get in trouble if you say the negative no words that I did in my last video. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And if you did find any interest or value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Give me some suggestion tips or ideas about how I can make videos better. I'm a big boy. I can take some criticism. Don't worry about it. Plus, those types of things actually help me out, help the algorithm, and help push my videos forward. So I have no problem. Any help you can provide is super appreciated. And these type of videos that you do like, please consider giving me a subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Y'all have a good night.